Okay, I'm recording this video after the close of trade Wednesday, 26th of May 2010, and I think we might have an end in sight to this downtrend, strong downtrend that we've been in for the last couple of weeks. So I just want to show you a few charts. First of all, this is my 4,500 tip bar chart. This is the highest time frame that I look up for my Emini Trading. I use this for trend direction. And this was the open for today, Wednesday's trade. You can see Thursday we had a strong close. We'd broken into an uptrend at this point. Overnight, that uptrend continued. And then during the first hour of trade, we had a pullback, then an end of trend warning signal. And then the second cyclical turn after an end of trend warning signal here marked the high of the day, reversal of trend and going the other way. And I always like these. First of all, I like my end of trend warning signals, but the second cyclical turns are often marked trend change points. And so I look at those very carefully, and there you go, it kind of marked the end of the day. And you can see the professional bars before the open, professional up bars here, kind of the professionals are starting to take profits. We rise back up into this 1085 level again, professionals taking profits at this point. We have bearish divergence, a couple of signals here with weaker and weaker buying at that point, and then we finally roll over. And then coming in to the close for the day, you can see, first of all, we kind of stopped at this point here the first time the professionals kind of enter back into the market. But then as soon as we start testing these highs again, up bars, professional up bars, trying to break to new highs where the professionals are basically taking profits those points, reversing, going short. Same thing here, a professional blue bar right at the high here, and then the market kind of takes off the downside. We test again at this point here. This last test here is being led by the amateurs. The amateurs think the low might be in for the day. They come back here, bounces off this cyclical support level. Support becomes resistance, and then down into the close. And you can see coming into the close, what we've had is a whole series of professional blue bars, a pullback, and an end of trend warning signal. Now, not to belabor the point, but so the high of the day was marked by this end of trend warning signal, the second cyclical turn after this. Let's go back the previous day, and you can see the low of this down move that we had on the Monday, Tuesday, end of trend, second cyclical turn after an end of trend warning signal here. We've had our exhaustion selling at this point. We're putting in all kinds of bullish divergence points. The selling at this point doesn't get close to the exhaustion selling that we had before. Second cyclical turn. Would have liked to have seen more professional blue bars here, but we did get the professional blue bars at this level down here at the 1040 level. And then the market took off the upside there. So again, just looking at these end of trend warning signals and trend changes, and they become significant. So coming into the close, we've had our end of trend warning signal. We've had our exhaustion selling at this point, a little bullish divergence at this point here. So what I'm going to be looking for is a couple of turns after this second cyclical turn for a change in trend at this point. The other thing that's kind of got me excited, let's go back up to the highest time frame charts. This is the 40,500 tip bar chart, and you can see the end of trend warning signals. We had a couple of these that just didn't work out over the last week or so, and the strength in the downtrend just continued here. But at this point here, we've broken into an uptrend based on Tuesday's activity because we're above cyclical support on this highest time frame chart. And we're bouncing off this cyclical support level at 1059 at this point here. So a second cyclical turn or an end of trend warning signal in a lower time frame, and this the 4,500 tip bar chart is the corresponding lower time frame to this 40,500 tip bar chart. When we get end of trends coinciding with cyclical turning points, and we're lining up for a cyclical turning point here that's going to coincide with support here. This was resistance, it's now turned into support. For me, that suggests that we're likely to see a bounce and the end of this downtrend, or this sequence that we've had over the last 2 or 3 weeks. The professional blue bars that you can see here on Tuesday's trade, my interpretation of this is that they're not actually taking profits necessarily. It's like if we were seeing this at a new market high or a breakout to kind of new highs in this time frame, that would suggest to me that the professionals are taking profits. However, at this point, when we see professional activity like this breaking through a significant resistance level, kind of down here, it's been support at this point here. That for me suggests a rush of professional activity kind of buying this breakout. And it's interesting, we've come back down to test this breakout level. The professionals come back in at this point here. So I'll be looking for some kind of bottom to be made early on Thursday and a resumption of an uptrend. A couple of other charts that give me kind of confidence here. So let's look at this. This is the E-mini chart. This is a daily chart here. Using a 1440-minute chart because it gives me access to the bid-ask stage here, and you can see, we've had our crash here. This was the flash crash back a couple of weeks ago. We had our exhaustion selling at this point, and we're now starting to put in bullish divergence points here. Now, obviously, this is not going to be a closed bar at this point here, this first bar here. So this first data point here, where we're showing it's just above the zero line here, is a spurious data point at this time. However, if we get some bullish activity tomorrow, that will put in a bullish divergence signal here on better momentum, showing that there's less selling activity at this point here, and we're likely to see a market trend change. Then having a look at some other kind of corresponding markets, this is the bond market here. We've had our exhaustion buying in the bond market. We've put in our first bearish divergence signal here. We're starting to see kind of weak buying at this point, so this market might be rolling over. And looking at crude oil as well on daily time frame, we've broken into a downtrend below the 86 level at cyclical support here. We've had our exhaustion selling at this point, and we've also put in our bullish divergence signal here. So starting to see a resting of this decline in the crude oil market. Now, I'm not saying that the crude oil market, the downtrend, is over. All I'm saying is, we've got to see a pullback and an end trend warning signal in crude, but this would be a good point for the crude oil market to start to reverse and these other markets to start to reverse. And there will be some resistance on the upside. So if I look at first of all, I should just show you the 45-minute chart. I talked about this a few weeks ago, where the 45-minute chart I was looking for after this pullback and end of trend warning signal here. Obviously, the strength of the downtrend, we've kind of continued on down, and here's a better pattern. So here's our pullback and our end of trend warning signal here. And once we get the cross on this time frame, we'll have a second cyclical turn at this point. However, on the way back up, we're still in downtrends. We look at the next time frame up, the 81-minute chart. We're still in a downtrend here, and we're going to form some kind of resistance when we get a cyclical turn on this time frame here. So we're going to be heading back up. This level, this 1120, is going to be forming resistance on the upside. This cyclical turn on this time frame is going to form resistance, as it will on the 135-minute chart. So it's the two time frames that are higher than this. So we're below. Breaking into a downtrend at this point here, we're going to form a cyclical support here. So it's not going to be plain sailing on the way back up. We're going to find some kind of resistance at 1120 or so, and then retesting the lows before maybe seeing some strong move to the upside. But I'm certainly over the next Thursday and Friday going to be looking for some kind of an uptrend move in the Emini. So there we go. Hope your trading is going well.